Steam rises gently from a large wooden tub. A kettle whistles softly on a wood stove nearby, and outside, snow piles high against the window panes. There's no hot water tap, no electric heater humming in the corner, yet somehow, the room feels warm, calm, and timeless. For the Amish, heating water for a bath isn't a matter of convenience. It's an act of routine, community, and self-sufficiency. They've been doing it the same way for centuries, using simple tools, natural fuel, and a deep respect for resources. Today, we'll explore how the Amish heat bath water without gas or electricity, and why their slow, deliberate methods still work perfectly in a modern world that runs too fast. In most Amish homes, there are no indoor water heaters, boilers, or electric pumps. Instead, water is drawn by hand from a well or piped in through gravity-fed systems. Every drop used for bathing must be planned and heated manually. That means when an Amish family takes a bath, it's not just turning a knob, it's a process that starts hours before the first drop hits the tub. Step 1. Gathering the water. The process begins at dawn. A family member, often one of the older children, pumps fresh cold water from a well into metal buckets. Some households have hand-operated pumps that pull groundwater directly into large storage tanks, while others rely on outdoor cisterns that collect rainwater. Cleanliness is crucial. Water is filtered naturally, through sand, gravel, or charcoal, before it's used for bathing or cooking. This step ensures purity before any heating begins. In winter, when wells may freeze, Amish families keep their pumps covered with wooden boxes or blankets to prevent ice buildup. Even before the first kettle boils, the work begins with care and intention. Step 2. Lighting the fire. The warmth in an Amish home really starts with the fire. In the kitchen or wash house, a wood-burning stove becomes the heart of the whole operation. Stacked nearby are carefully split logs, oak, hickory, or maple, chosen for their steady burn and even heat. The fire is lit early in the morning, allowed to build slowly until the metal stove radiates enough warmth to heat both the air and those large iron kettles filled with water. It's not about instant results, you know, it's about steady, lasting heat, the kind that fills both the room and, well, the spirit. Step 3. The copper or iron kettle. Every Amish household has a few prized possessions passed down through generations, and one of them is often a massive cast iron or copper kettle. These kettles sit directly on the stove or hang from sturdy hooks above the flames. As the fire burns, the metal absorbs and distributes the heat evenly. It can take over an hour for a full pot of water to reach the right temperature, but the Amish aren't in a hurry. They use this time to prepare the bathing area, set out towels, or wash clothes nearby. When the water is ready, it's ladled or poured into large wooden or metal tubs, the same kind used for laundry or cider making. Step 4. The gravity-fed water system. Some Amish homes use a clever gravity-fed heating setup, a blend of old-world design and simple physics. Here's how it works. A tank of cold water is mounted just a bit above or behind a wood stove. A metal pipe connects the tank to the stove's firebox or flue, where the heat from the fire naturally warms the water as it circulates. Hot water rises through the pipe, while cooler water sinks to be reheated, creating a natural cycle of convection. No electricity, no pump, just gravity and heat. By the time the family is ready to bathe, the tank holds enough warm water for everyone. Step 5. The copper coil heating method. In communities that value craftsmanship, some Amish build copper coil heaters that wrap around their wood stoves. When the stove burns, heat travels through the coils, warming the water inside. This water can then be piped to a holding tank or directly into a washtub using a simple spigot. The setup looks modest but works efficiently. A true off-grid engineering marvel that turns a humble stove into a full water heating system. Step 6. Preparing the bath. Once the water is hot, it's carefully poured into a large washtub or wooden barrel placed near the stove for comfort. Because each bucket is carried by hand, the first few minutes are filled with the soft clanking of metal pails and the steady rhythm of pouring water. The bath is filled slowly, then cooled slightly with a bit of cold well water to reach the perfect temperature. It's a process that engages everyone. Children often help carry the smaller buckets, while parents test the warmth by hand. When the tub is finally ready, the room fills with soft steam and the faint, earthy scent of soap made from lard and lye. Another Amish tradition that connects cleanliness with craftsmanship. Step 7. Shared warmth. In many Amish homes, bathing happens one family member at a time, but the same water might be reused for multiple people. The eldest or youngest goes first, depending on custom, followed by others as more hot water is added to keep the temperature comfortable. There's a rhythm to it, a pattern that saves water and fuel while reinforcing community values of humility and sharing. For the Amish, even bathing is an act of cooperation. Step 8. Bathhouses and Washhouses. Now, some larger families, will build separate bathhouses or washhouses right next to their main home. These are usually small wooden structures with a stove, a water tank, and just enough space for bathing or laundry. The stove, well, it heats both the room and the water, so the whole area stays warm even through the coldest nights, and since the bathhouse is detached, steam and moisture never really damage the main living space. It's a simple, smart design, honestly proof that traditional architecture can sometimes solve problems better than modern technology. Step 9. Safety and efficiency. Without thermostats or water heaters, safety comes down to judgment and habit. Amish mothers will test the temperature with the back of their hand and teach their children to recognize water that's warm and safe, but never scalding. Ash from the wood stove is collected for cleaning later, and it can be used to scrub pots or even as a natural soap additive. Every part of the process is efficient, nothing is wasted. Even the leftover bathwater is reused, for mopping floors, washing work clothes, or watering gardens if it's clean enough. Step 10. A moment of quiet reflection. When the bath is done, the fire is left to burn low. The kettle stays on the stove, ready for the next round of chores or maybe just some evening tea. The room grows still, warm, and peaceful. Without rushing or machines, the entire process becomes something more than a routine. It becomes a ritual. Heating water by hand slows time. It demands attention, patience, and gratitude. It's a small act of balance. Paturti nar. Senchur jatinai, widzam baidar. Comfort. Trabalbarts are between nature and necessity. The deeper meaning. To outsiders, this way of life might seem old-fashioned or inconvenient, but for the Amish, it's deeply intentional. Their self-reliance isn't about rejecting progress, it's about staying connected to their land, their work, and their faith. They don't depend on electricity because they've built systems that never fail, as long as there's wood, water, and time. In a world that wants everything faster, the Amish remind us that simplicity often provides the deepest comfort. Closing. Reflection. As night falls, the wood stove crackles softly. A lantern flickers beside the tub, casting golden light on polished wood. Outside, snow drifts quietly against the door. Inside, warmth lingers, not just from the fire, but from the effort it took to make it. That's the Amish way. No gas, no electricity, just hands, patience, and the enduring wisdom of simplicity.